with just 5 to 10 clients is far more valuable than trying to talk to some random people off the streets of 50, 100, right? And again, going back to starting to build without actually having a plan, that's also what happens, right? They don't talk. I don't know why founders, I can honestly tell you, if you put 10 founders in front of me, 10 of them, okay, 9 of them will say, I wouldn't talk to a customer because this is a no-brainer. And they'll always say that, a no-brainer, right? This is just logical. It just makes sense. Like, these are the words I hear. And I go, hey, can you tell me what is what's common sense? What's so common about it? It never is common, right? Like, that's always an issue. So yeah, that's always that's always like one of those.
I agree, Sep. And I think the other thing is, what are they willing to pay for that? So it's like, great, you've got this product. You may want to charge also $1,000 per sale of your product, but is it worth $1,000 to them? Unless you have that client discovery and have kind of an understanding, you won't be able to know. So
100%.
Yeah. So just in terms of, I just want to, just explain that in this space. So there is funding to support that. There is funding to support contractors. So I'm just going to talk, in Canada, there's federal funding and provincial funding, and there is money to help what they call, there's a technology readiness scale. One's an idea and 9's commercialization. And it's most of the money falls in that 3 to a 6 to help innovation and tech companies de-risk their innovation. And that money is towards helping them either use contractors, hire people, and there's other costs like IP. They can get intellectual property. They can get money to protect right now as well. So there is resources to support that. So founders don't necessarily need to do it all on their own. There is some support in that stage of development, if you can prove out that innovation. So the government looks at, in the R&D space, they're looking at what's innovative about your product and what's the technical risk, because innovation requires technical risk. And then there are funding programs that help support for the paying of contractors to do a phase of development for your project. So yeah, there is resources. Just want people to know that in this space to kind of move it forward, and the other thing that's really important is that we have a lot of experts. So one of the things we do when we work with companies in discovery with them, we often are connecting them to the ecosystem. So there's accelerator programs that we encourage people as a startup to be involved in across Canada. We connect them to advisors. We say, go and talk to this organization, whether it's federal, provincial, have a conversation, because the advisors can be another level of resource to be able to help answer those questions and help you even in the vetting of projects and where you're at. And some of them may push you back and say, before we help fund this, we want you to go and get some of this done and come back to us and have a call. And so a lot of these advisors might put people off initially, and it may be frustrating, but the reason they're doing it is because they want them to really make sure, like you said, Sep, they've walked through that story with them to kind of, is there a product fit? Do they know what their customers think? Is there, will they be paying for this? Will they pay for this before you invest all that money to develop that technology?
And I think one of the biggest things I just want to add to that, Denise, is also, founders have this notion that, again, like you said, right, there's no competitors. Like, you know what I mean? They have this notion that they're sitting on this, idea, and I don't want to talk to anybody about it because it's my idea. I don't want anyone to steal it. I've traveled all over North America doing my workshop, and in my workshops, I talk to people all the time with their ideas, right? Like, that's what I do. I've been to Portland, Seattle, San Francisco, LA, San Diego, Austin, Atlanta, Miami, New York. Like, I've been everywhere. And I can honestly tell you, I have probably heard the same idea from every single one of those cities, a different variation of it.
Right.
And I always tell this to entrepreneurs. It's all about the execution. The idea is cheap. I'm telling you this right now. Everybody's had your idea. You're not that special with that. What makes you special is the execution of that idea, because that's truly what makes you different from the ones that never did it.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me a little bit about, so you offer these workshops. What do you teach in the workshops that you do? What are some of the things that you see as grounding foundation for people in this process?
Yeah, so one of the first things we do is we talk about the pitch. right? And you'd be surprised how often they don't actually know their pitch. They don't actually know what it is. Like they have this vision, they have this idea, but they don't know how to pitch it. Like when you go talk to an investor, no one cares about your grand vision yet because you haven't gotten me excited yet, right? So the big thing for me is like what's your pitch? Like that's what your 30-second elevator pitch. So we talk about that first. I have a very simple system that I use with everybody to kind of help them kind of create that one sentence, one structure. And then we go into the idea. Right now we're building off the idea. So have we done market research, right? Who are my top competitors? What makes me different? What makes me the same? We go into goals and anti-goals, which is basically a structure for development teams to basically create bumpers for the dev team to not kind of go too far sideways, right?
Yeah.
And then on the other side is we want to on the other side is we want to then go into more of the pitch and the persona. Who are you building this for? What is it that they're going to be looking for in terms of product from you? So what I can do, Denise, I can send you the work booklet. It's a worksheet. You can work on it your own. It's a full booklet, and you're more than welcome to share this with everybody in this group.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and I think just knowing that process and kind of going through it and seeing, do I have the right recipe to kind of move forward?
100%. It's the whole point. Sorry to add, the whole point of this is to help you iron out your ideas to avoid the pitfalls that happen with the dev teams.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much. I'm just going to stop recording now.